So good to see you on a Friday afternoon. Thank you for joining me, whether you're joining me live or you're joining me on the replay. I appreciate you. And going to be doing some songs for you today. Trying to get things organized there. Songs that I wrote or co-wrote. This one's called Talk About Love. Spare me the talk about the chocolates and the valentines. That warm buzz feeling when a kiss is like a glass of wine. You both got a song you love singing. The phone never stops ringing. I don't talk about love that way. Don't conversate about it, so don't pick it apart. Don't talk about love that way, 'cause love went and broke my heart. Yeah, it broke my heart. People walking around wearing rose-colored glasses don't see themselves crying 'cause they're too busy laughing. They carry on about forever, and me, I'm kinda like whatever. I don't talk about love that way. Don't conversate about it, so don't pick it apart. Don't talk about love that way, 'cause love went and broke my heart. Yeah, it broke my heart. Yeah, one day I'll learn to fix the pieces that are shattered apart. Till that day, love unbreaks my heart. Yeah, unbreaks my heart. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. All right, that's a song I wrote with Matt Rogers and L. Collinsworth. Man, maybe in 2018. I haven't cut that one yet. Just occurred to me when I was playing that. That's kind of an anti-Valentine's Day song. It just occurred to me as I was playing that, maybe I should cut that and release it next Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day has come and gone, of course, but I mean, it does have hope at the end when love unbreaks my heart. Could be like a Valentine's Day song. What the heck happened? I just tuned this thing. It's called She Likes the Rain. She opens the window and watches the sky roll. Trouble's been coming for miles. She keeps on fighting through thunder and lightning. Somehow she still finds that smile. She says, for worse or for better, there's nothing that we can't weather. So let the storms come, hell or high water. My sun's still shining as long as I got her. She ain't the kind that goes running clouds come our way. She likes the rain. She likes the rain. She stands in the drive with her hands to the sky, catches those drops on her skin. She says sometimes life hurts, but you just gotta learn, find beauty wherever you can. She says for worse or for better, there's nothing that we can't weather. So let the storms come, hell or high water, my sun's still shining as long as I got her. She ain't the kind that goes running, clouds come my way. She likes the rain. She likes the rain. She likes the rain. She likes the rain. Starts coming down and there's nowhere to hide. I thank God she's the one standing by my side. So let the storms come, hell or high water, my sun's still shining as long as I got her. She ain't the kind that goes running, clouds come my way. She likes the rain. 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 Man, that one just doesn't want to stay in tune. I haven't changed these strings. I mean, there's no reason. Nothing's changed. It's like not great. My tuner is on my phone, which I'm using to be on Instagram. So anyhow, let's see. What I was going to do another song called Everything I Never Had. Anyone could see. Anyone with eyes could see she's pretty. She held the world like wildfire in her hand. Once upon a time, I wanted her for mine. The kid in me sure thought we had a chance. But when you're young, what looks like love ain't always built to last. When I let that rear view fade, I quit looking back. I learned that love ain't living in the eye of the hurricane. And when the real thing comes along, it falls more like a gentle rain. It ain't about the diamond, it's the girl wearing the ring. Never knew what I was missing till you gave me everything I never had. Just locking eyes across the room and knowing what you're thinking. Never going to sleep without a good night. Having you by my side, making memories back in time. Never knew I had it wrong till we got it right. I learned that love ain't living in the eye of the hurricane. And when the real thing comes along, it falls more like a gentle rain. It ain't about the diamond, it's the girl wearing the ring. Never knew what I was missing till you gave me everything. I never had someone like you showing me the truth. Love ain't something that you feel, it's something that you do. I learned that love ain't living in the eye of the hurricane. And when the real thing comes along, it falls more like a gentle rain. It ain't about the dime, it's the girl wearing the ring. Never knew what I was missing till you gave me everything I never had. I never had. All right. So here's a song I wrote. It's called Shivers. You know, sometimes when you watch a movie, the first scene is the last scene. And I'm sure there's a name for it, but you watch the first scene and you don't know who the characters are. You don't even know what's going on, but it's usually maybe somebody gets killed or something climactic happens. You have no idea what's going on. It's a technique. A lot of movies use it. And then you do flashbacks to whatever period of time before where the story starts, and you learn who the characters are, and then you see that exact same scene again at the end of the movie, but you know exactly what's going on. And all you had was a bunch of questions the first time you saw it. It's a way of pulling you in, and it's a filmmaking technique. I don't know what it's called. I should research it, find out what it's called. And so I tried to use that in this song. So the first verse or the first stanza is the ending stanza, but you have no idea what's going on. So hope you like it. Shiver. The shiver ran down the back of his neck as he watched her walk away. So many things he could have said, so many cards he could have played, but he just sat silent and still, watched her disappear. He felt a shiver in his soul, a shiver in his soul. They met at a very young age. It was love at first sight. He was handsome, confidence in space. She was beauty, sweet as sunlight. He first approached her on a dare. Electricity was in the air. She felt a shiver in her soul, a shiver in her soul. They got married in the fall of the year. It was going well. Perfect wedding for a perfect pair. There was love and happiness and sweet life. Turned to sorrow when the baby was stillborn. They felt a shiver in their souls, a shiver in their soul. Time times grew tough and the money got lean. They argued most every day. He started working late. One day the wife was driving downtown. She saw her husband with his arms around another woman. She felt a shiver in her soul, a shiver in her soul. Hey, Billy boy, you better watch out. Temptation will do you in. What you do will be found out. What you do comes back again. A shiver ran down the back of his neck as he watched her walk away. So many things he could have said, so many cards he could have played, but he just sat silent and still and watched her disappear. He felt a shiver in his soul, a shiver in his soul. It's my song Shiver. Let's see, I can do green means stop, red means maybe, ambiguous actions we're driving you crazy. She's a stop-start girl, got you hot in a way, got you thinking about her, can't help but doubt her. Is what she's saying true, or is just playing you? She's a stop-start girl, she's a stop-start girl. She's beautiful, mesmerizing and magic. Why do you keep going back to what you know could be tragic? She's a stop-start girl, got you hot in her way, got you thinking about her, can't help but doubt her. What she's saying true, or is she just playing you? 'Cause she's a stop-start girl, she's a stop-start girl. Look into the mirror and I ask myself why can't I help myself when I look into her eyes? 'Cause she's a stop-start girl, got my heart in her way, got me thinking about her, can't help but doubt her. Is what she's saying true, or am I just playing the fool? She's a stop-start girl, she's a stop-start girl, she's a stop-start girl. This one's called Road to Nowhere. Roundabout goes around in a circle, Second Avenue turns to Third. 4-lane highway ain't going my way, there's traffic round every turn. Back streets lead to alleys, turn to concrete jungles and more. That ain't the path I'm looking for. There's gotta be a route to nowhere, somewhere around this place. Yeah, something that leads to nothing but wide open space. Crickets sing and man in the moon just swing, not a single thing to do. Wanna take a road to nowhere, going nowhere with you. Let's haul ass down this asphalt, baby, till we kick a little gravel up. You can be my dashboard drummer, yeah, baby, we can ride and chase the setting sun. I got a blanket, got a chance, let's take it, destination unknown. You're the kind of girl who was born ready to roll. There's gotta be a road to nowhere, somewhere around this place. something that leads to nothing but wide open space. Cricket singing, man, the moon just swinging, not a single thing to do. Wanna take a road to nowhere, going nowhere with you. Wanna take a road to nowhere, going nowhere with you. Road to nowhere. All right, I got one more for you, and I'm going to start my weekend, and hope you have a good one. This one is called Categorized. The stories I heard when I was a child, all the beautiful women were good. Evil looked a certain way, just like evil should. Blinded by her angel face, I couldn't see her evil heart. My kingdom came a-tumbling down, down. Just a castle built of cards. In real life, she heard those lines of what I thought I knew. The jack would trump the king and queen. The devil got his due. Blinded by her angel face, I couldn't see her evil heart. My kingdom came tumbling down, down. Just a castle built of cards. The Queen of Spades was cold as ice. She would never blink. It's a thin line that separates the fool and the suicide king. Blinded by her angel face, I couldn't see her evil heart. My kingdom came a-tumbling down, down. Just a castle built of cards. The song Castle Built of Cards I wrote with my good buddy Jimmy Davis. And we tried to combine two worlds, the worlds of children's fairy tales and playing cards. And, you know, I guess I realized that, and now it's different, but when I was a kid, all the fairy tales, you could tell who the female protagonist was and who the antagonist was. The female protagonist was always a beautiful young woman, and the antagonist was like an ugly old hag, typically. At least that's the ones I remember. And this story was a real life situation for me where I was taken in by this woman who was quite beautiful, but she ended up being quite a shyster. And I was like, man, she really took me in. And so I came with that idea to my buddy Jimmy. And then we also added playing cards. And so there's a lot of reference to playing cards, and like a Suicide King, you know, is it one suit or two suits? I don't even know. I should know this, but some of the suits, the king is a Suicide King, or maybe just one, where he's got a knife and he's like going to kill himself, if you ever notice that. And then also the Queen of Spades, I looked it up. The Queen of Spades is considered an evil woman. So that's why I use that phrase in the bridge. Queen of Spades was cold as ice. She would never blink. Anyhow, the jack would, and so upturn my uh, world was turned upside down. The jack would trump the king and queen. I mean, obviously the jack is under. If you play cards, you know that the jack is beaten if you have a, four of a kind, four jacks is going to be beaten by four queens or four or whatever it is. If you play cards, that the jack does not trump the king and queen, does not beat the king and queen. But if your world is upside down, then that would happen. So that was kind of the imagery that we went for, and it's one of my favorite songs that I've written. Jimmy's my best friend, and we need to write more. We haven't written together in a while. And anyway, that's Castle Builder Cards, and that is the title track on my album, Castle Builder Cards Reimagined. Anyhow, that's it for me today. And I think there might be a comment. What inspired me to play guitar? Thank you. Wow, you're amazing. Maddie Chamberlain, thank you. Wow, I started playing guitar when I was certainly grade school, first few grades. And at the time, there were people playing guitar, acoustic guitar in church. I grew up in the church, and still very actively involved in the church. And acoustic guitar, finger picking, that kind of thing was very common. And I don't remember, but I do remember my parents taking me to the local pastor and getting lessons from the local pastor on how to play guitar. And I remember taking lessons when I was in grade school, first four grades. Which year exactly, I don't recall. But I know that I was in the first one of those grades when I started. And so I would go every Friday and take a lesson from Pastor Dugan was his name. And he would teach me how to give me lessons from the Mel Bay book. If anybody remembers the Mel Bay series of books, you go through. First you learn the C chord, and then you learn the G chord, and then the F chord. And then, oh my gosh, you learn a minor chord. Wow, mix it up. B7. Learning the B7 chord. Anyway, Mel Bay books, God bless them. They're probably worth a lot or worth nothing. I don't know. Everything's collectible these days, but they may not be collectible. I don't know. But my copies are long gone. I think there is Mel Bay books still available. I believe. I have to Google that for people wanting to learn guitar. A lot of people, in fact, during the COVID, guitar sales skyrocketed. In fact, some guitar makers couldn't keep up with the demand because so many people decided maybe they had time in their hands and they'd always wanted to learn to play guitar. And there was just a rush on guitars, buying guitars, and also training. Fender is a guitar maker, one of the big ones, and Fender and Gibson are the biggest two, I think. And then probably Paul Reed Smith is a third. Anyway, and Fender has this training series because obviously if you're selling guitars, you want people to learn how to play easily. So Fender has this training course, and I remember reading an article. They reported that the subscriptions to that training course or that online course skyrocketed during COVID, and I believe it's faded off because you won't learn to play any instrument unless you're just unnaturally one in a million. It takes work, it takes time. It's time on the stool, as my buddy says. Time on the stool, basically. Time sitting down, not the toilet stool. He's talking about sitting down and practicing wood shedding. It takes time. It's time with the instrument, and that's generally what it takes. And it's not an easy fix. You just have to spend time and learn it, and and it's easy to get dissuaded and discouraged. Your fingers hurt. You don't have calluses on your fingers, but if you just stick with it, pretty much anyone can learn to play guitar, I would submit. That would be my encouragement. All right. So thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Oh, come watch my nephew and my nephew and I do we have a podcast every Tuesday. No Sugar, No Cream. Funny Span in Nashville. That's my nephew. I bill him as the funniest man in Nashville. And it's never been a contest, but if you name it and you claim it, right? He is hilarious. I'm just the straight man. I laugh at his quips and I set him up. That's my job. And so check it out. No Sugar, No Cream. In our podcast, we have different pages, and I also post some of the clips on whatever page you're watching us on my own channels on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. But we're trying to build up the following on No Sugar, No Cream, our own pages, so that can stand on its own. All right. Well, see you next time. If I can. And now.